Hello everyone and welcome on into our LEGO custom video. I know what you're thinking, 2 videos in a week. I might actually start sticking to a schedule. All jokes aside, we are in with a Jujutsu Kaisen LEGO custom video. I will just get this out of the way right now. This video is going to be packed to the brim with spoilers for the next arc of the Jujutsu Kaisen anime as well as the final arc of the manga. I know showing the figures off right now is sort of a spoiler, but hopefully without context no one comes for me. But regardless of that, I hope you guys enjoy the video, and let's get into it with our first figure. Okay, so starting it off, we've got our main character of the show, Yuji Itadori. So this figure is based off of his fight with Sukuna. I sort of mixed a couple of different panels together, because I really wanted to paint the face where like he's just tanking Cleave and Dismantle one after another, and when his face was getting all ripped up in that one panel, because I just really like how Gege drew that. And I also wanted to give him his like Blood Brothers arms, the cursed tools, because like the demon arms just look so cool, and they're probably one of my favorite cursed tools visually. But so with all my Jujutsu Kaisen figures, I like to make these little bases. They're pretty simple. Sometimes they've got like speech bubbles to reflect certain scenes. But yeah, I've got like scratches from all the Cleave and Dismantle. Some pillars, so this is from like their like Sukuna and Yuji's fight just before he used his domain expansion for the first time. So yeah, just like to make simple bases. I think it just helps elevate the figures. And speaking of the figure, we'll just bring him in close. So I've got some, sorry, he's a bit dusty. I've got some raised area on the chest for his vest as well as his sleeves. That was achieved with electrical tape and some paper. The hair and the hood piece are from an AliExpress bootleg. Bring you in closer on the face. This is just like the standard scared face that they use in a lot of Jurassic Park sets, and I think Tom Holland's Spider-Man, I believe. Down here we've got some raised electrical tape boots and pants. The arms are sculpted and the like bone wrist pieces are cylinder pieces, like the hollow stud pieces. Overall, I'm really happy with the shading of the figure. I think it turned out quite well. But yeah, there's not much else to say about this figure. I'm really happy with how he turned out, and I think he just looks very nice on the base plate. I did try to attempt to make domain expansion arms for him, but it would have required like a whole torso and everything like that, and I figured I'd be displaying him more like this than I would be in his domain expansion pose. But all said and done, he's probably my third favorite in the series, in this series of my collection, and yeah, not much else to say about him, so let's get on in to our next figure. And up next we've got Gojo Satoru. So this is based on, I wanted to do sort of like a statuesque fig. I based this off of his fight with Sukuna and the merged beast and Mahoraga. So a lot of the ripped clothing and the scarred facing, same as Yuji. The base, get him out of there. So the base, I just have like some rocks. I've got like a cattle skull for like a representation of like Malevolent Shrine being broken. Got his domain expansion sort of thing, like Infinite Void happening with like the blue, either that or it's like his infinity. I see a lot of statues have sort of like a blue effect around him, so I thought it'd be fun. This is just using like a dome piece, like a submarine dome piece, and I cut it up and carved it out and heated it up, poked holes through it, so to get it into a nice shape. We've got like a bootleg prison realm in there. And yeah, I just think it works very well for the Gojo figure. And speaking of the figure, get the base out of there. So yeah, this is the Gojo figure. I really like how the simple details pop. He's got sculpted pants, electrical tape for the sleeve. The hair is a Gojo bootleg. Everything's so dusty. The hair is a Gojo from like a Gojo bootleg, as well as the accessories for his reversal red. Electrical tape for the pants here. And something fun that I thought I would do, if it will focus in. So, something fun I added to the figure as a little play feature. So, during the Battle of Sukuna, with Sukuna, obviously, Sukuna wins that fight, and he does that by cutting Gojo in half, so I thought I would add a magnet attachment, so you're able to cut Gojo in half. So you see inside, I've carved out the torso, and I've added cut a little button magnet in half, and I've just got like a little piece of metal there that attaches, and yeah, his torso just magnetizes together. So yeah, you can come in and just like hit him with a cleave, and Sukuna wins that fight. So, speaking of Sukuna, let's get on into his statue figure with the Merged Beast. Okay, here we have the Sukuna and the Merged Beast. So, I based this figurette diorama off of like the panel where Sukuna, it's like the upward shot of Sukuna walking in with the Merged Beast just after summoning her. Just figured it would be the best way to display both this form of Sukuna, so him and Fushiguro's body, along with the Merged Beast. So, getting them off the base, it's very simple, just like tile floor, window, brick. Not the most accurate, but it's just a little something for them to stand on. So we'll get Sukuna out of the way first. So this figure, a lot of customization on him. The the like Mahoraga adaptation wheel sort of thing, and the hair are both AliExpress pieces. The face is fully painted by me. I'm quite happy with how it turned out. He's a little bit wall-eyed in some areas, but overall I think the face works quite well. The arms are pre-shaped to be like, they're supposed to be like gunslinging arms or something like that. I just got like a big pack of like modeled arms. I heated up and bent the hands to try and get sort of that like domain expansion, sort of cleave looking, like just him using cursed energy. Painted on the tattoos. The torso itself, I sanded down a lot of it, and I sculpted in the tunic gi, and same with the pants, they're sculpted as well. Everything on this figure is painted by me, except for obviously the molded hair. And yeah, I'm just really happy overall. Electrical tape for the belts like usual. And yeah, just like grimed him up a little bit to make him look a bit more battle damaged. So moving him out of the way, we can now focus on... Oh! Nearly lost everything. Working out of my lap, my desk is indisposed at the moment due to house damages, so this is quite a difficult time to begin starting YouTube again. More dust and hair. Benefits of cats. Okay, so here we have the Merged Beast. I'm still not 100% happy with the design, like how I was able to bring it into Lego, but I think for what it is and scaling with Mahoraga, who you'll see in a minute, I think it works quite well. I used Big Fig arms and I sculpted on like the Niue feather hair look. I cut up some like wing pieces that are used in a lot of the Chima sets. The arms still all move, so you don't lose any like posability with her. The base of the body is a torch fig, so like you've got little flashlight things. That's not supposed to fall off. Yeah, like sculpted, all the details, carved out the body. The head's all sculpted. I just got like a minifigure head on like some tubing for the snake. No, it's not the most accurate look for it, but I forgot to add it until the end. But yeah, you see she doesn't lose any of her posability, which makes her good for posing her up with Gojo and Sukuna and other characters, like in like fights and stuff like that. But yeah, overall very happy with how these guys turned out, and I think they're a great combo. And I think I'll save Mahoraga for last because that's the best one of the lot, and you got to save the best for last. So let's move over to Yuta versus Sukuna. Okay, so here we have the Gojo slash Yuta versus Sukuna. So this is obviously the scene where Sukuna was winning against Todo and Yuji, and then all of a sudden a mysterious figure appears, and it's revealed to be Yuta as Gojo. I thought it was a cool reveal. I know a lot of people weren't happy with it, but it was a cool fight. And yeah. So, getting the figures off the base plate, not too much to say, just had like the steam and just some like general scratching in the ground, just generic. Like the rest, just adds a little bit of something to the characters. So I'll start off with Yuta because he's the simplest. This is a very lackluster figure. I was trying very hard to capture the face correctly. It's sort of like the mouth open scene, like when it does like that zoom in shot of his face. Not the most accurate, but I believe that it works for the context. I've got a Infinite Void Curse Technique hand. I just like cut up a hand and I glued it back together and pressed it with pliers and yeah, tried to shape it the best I could. The arms, electrical tape like usual, as well as the belt. Not a lot of detail. This guy came well before. If I just put him back, came well before I made my Gojo figure. So if I just get them side by side, like my Gojo figure definitely has a lot more detail, despite it being essentially it was supposed to be the same figure. But yeah, there's about 6 months between these two figures, and my skills definitely improved between the two, and that's why I'm so happy with how my Gojo turned out. I may revisit Yuta in the future, but considering the fact that it is literally just the same figure as Gojo, I thought it not really necessary to go ahead and make another figure, considering that figure is hid by the mist during display with that stand. So yeah, like a basic figure, but I believe it works just for the context of the statue. The other figure from this statue, on the other hand, I did put a lot of effort into for back when I made it. So this is Sukuna in his true form. The height could be a lot better for starters. I didn't realize until recently, like 2 weeks ago recently, that he is 8 to 9 feet tall when in his true form, which is ridiculous, and I don't know how I didn't notice it when he was fighting Todo and he was towering over all 7 foot of Todo. But I probably won't touch this figure again just because I'm happy with how it looks visually. I based it off a few different panels, but it was sort of like when he was going crazy, getting angry, like in that fight with Todo and Yuji. And yeah, like I made a custom hairpiece. This was before I ordered a bunch of the AliExpress pieces, so I had to make a custom one. Everything on this body is fully painted by me, like including like the skin tone colors and stuff. The mouth on the stomach was fun to paint, as well as the detailing in the chest. The forearms, I just glued forearms together, just cut them up, glued them on. I figured it works. The battle damage pants sculpted in, so they've got that bit more puffiness like the rest of them, and an electrical tape for the belt. But yeah, very happy with how he turned out. A lot of stuff could be improved, like the accuracy of the face, I feel could be improved. I think this face is a lot more accurate when it comes to Sukuna. So I might revisit in the future, but probably not. But anyway, without further ado, let's get on to the main course event, which is Mahoraga. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with a wide angle because I forgot how tall my Mahoraga figure is. But this is him in all of his glory. So this is based off the With This Treasure I Summon scene when he's first introduced. I think that one of the coolest scenes in anime, in my opinion. Like, I know it's recency bias, not so recent anymore, but still, like, I love Mahoraga. It's such a cool concept. It's just anime doomsday. But anyway, this figure took me... Actually, I'll get the base out of the way before I start talking about the figures. So the base, in my original post for this figure, I had text, like, superimposed on those comment bars, so it looked like it had, like, the full spiel about him summoning him. I got, like, the shadow dogs. I had no frogs, and Lego doesn't make frogs to the size of the wolves, so I couldn't have accurately sized frogs. So I just sort of, like, painted, like, a rocky road sort of thing, did some damage. There's a magnet that I added in there, which attaches to the magnet in Mahoraga's foot. Just because he's so heavy, I didn't want him falling off the base, so that just helps with stability when he's moving around. Yeah, getting the base out of the way. I'll just put Mahoraga off screen for a second and just quickly talk about Fushiguro. Let's zoom back in here. Cool. Alright, so Fushiguro is a pretty simple figure. Custom hair piece from AliExpress. Same with the neck. Oh no, the neck attachment is just like a Ninjago bandana spun around and I just cut it up. Sculpted the legs in to a pose so he's able to crouch along with the arms, just so I could get that sort of like him pulling Mahoraga out at every inconvenience. The face isn't based off that scene. I just thought it was a more iconic face for him summoning it. I did try to paint like that, him smiling, being like the "I'm gonna die first, good luck," but I liked this face more. But getting Fushiguro out of the way, we'll bring in the main course, which is Big Raga. So I just gotta fit him into frame. Bear with me one sec. Okay. So Mahoraga, he's definitely like my most favorite thing I've made out of my entire collection. This guy took me about, I want to say 6 months to a year to make, just starting... Oh. Sorry, my tripod just gave out on me. Sorry about that, everyone. Okay. So, yeah, this figure took me like 6 months to a year to make. Just retrying over and over, testing different things, trying to get pieces that worked, painted the face 100 different times, resculpted the body, went through rigorous changes, poses. He's a solid figure, so he doesn't pose. I originally had him like the Merge Beast where he could still pose, but he stands menacingly regardless. And like, with his tail head piece, like, I had that originally sculpted so his head was locked in place, but now his head can move, so you can get like angled poses off with him. Just different quality of life. The wings I changed 100 times, but I think the final result speaks for itself, and in my humble opinion, and it's my opinion, so I'm not wrong, but I think that this is one of the better Lego Mahoragas out there. There's not too many. I think there's like 6 that aren't minifigure scale, but I like to toot my own horn and say I was the first to make a nice big one, and yeah, I think the accuracy stands for itself. Getting into the figure itself, so I glued a bunch of Lego wings and cut them up, glued them to a face. The body base is a torch fig. I wedged like a screw in between the legs and like glued at the back. The back's a mess. I glued at the back to make sure that they stayed in like this open leg pose, so his legs weren't so pressed together, and it let the pants look a lot more natural. Posed out the arms. I cut a piece of rubber into his blade. Some cardstock I sculpted around to make like his wristbands. His wrap is like electrical tape. I had a little bit of fabric here, a little bit of like elastic here to make some of the thing. I wasn't going to do it all because it just felt a little bit bulky. The belt itself is the same sort of cardstock that I used for the wristbands and the like belt piece. Yeah, just like a bunch of different cardboards, cutting, gluing. The tail piece is a piece of hot glue that I put in a pencil sharpener, then heated up with a lighter and molded it into a nice shape, and then just like super glued it to the back of the head. The wheel itself is just like the regular Lego pirate steering wheel. Glued a bunch of heads on it, painted it in the chrome, and it's just attached with like a clear bar piece just so it sits above there and at the right angle, looks like it's floating. Sculpted the chest out, sculpted some of the face to make it more rounded, sculpted the pants. But yeah, overall, I'm super happy with how he turned out. This is by far one of the best figures in my collection. And yeah, I'll stop. Oh, need to invest in a new tripod. But anyway, yeah, I'll quit glazing my own figure, and I'll quit jerking myself off, and yeah, I'll get on to the final thoughts and wrap up of this video. Okay, so that about does it for this video. I'm super happy with this entire wave. My Jujutsu Kaisen figures are some of my favorite that I've made, outside of like a couple of the DC ones and my Invincible figures. Speaking of Invincible, I'm working on a few. I just got a couple more figures to finish, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, if I can stick to an upload schedule, that will be next week's video, coming out Fridays for me, probably Thursdays for everybody else. I'm on Australian days, so if you're an Aussie, Fridays. If anywhere else, probably Thursday. I don't care for time zones, they annoy me. But anyway, weekends, I'll hopefully be posting, try to keep an upload schedule. I'll try to keep it to 5 to 6 minifigures per video. This one's a lot bigger because obviously like they're the statues. Mahoraga and the Merge Beast like accompany these figures. So my videos might be shorter, they might be longer, more characters, less characters. But yeah, looking to post Invincible figures next week. We've got 2 versions of Mark, Omni-Man, Adam Eve, Conquest, Rexplode, the Immortal for all the Immortal simps. But yeah, so like got a few Invincible figures there. Might even throw in a couple of other Image comic characters. I'm working on a few like Spawn, Radiant Black, and Savage Dragon. But anyway, back to the Jujutsu Kaisen figures. I am working on a second wave. I've got a couple of figures work in progress. One of them is a Maki figure. It's like burnt Maki from like the later chapters, and I'm updating my original Yuta figure, not this one, but black-haired with completely forgotten her name, and I feel really bad now. Yep, it's gone. I apologize. Unprofessional of me. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I should be posting another one next week. I've changed around my hours at work, so I do have some more free time to do my hobby, and I'm hoping to make YouTube part of the general hobby. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more content from me, because I promise that I will actually start bringing out content now. My Instagram will be where you can go find better pictures. Instagram recently deleted my original Juice Figs account, so now I'm using a new account, and I'm trying to get that back up to 1K, because I had just hit 1K, then a month later, Instagram deleted my account without any rhyme or reason and will not reinstate it. So, got to start that grind again, and part of that grind is reposting these guys, so head over to there if you're coming straight from YouTube. Drop a follow if you want more content on Instagram. I post like the better quality pictures. I do like some diorama scenes, some action scenes, some like mild editing. But yeah, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to stick around for more content, because more content is on the way. With that being said, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.